For many years, the North Korean artillery was considered the largest force in the world, with thousands of artillery pieces of all kinds. This is the main firepower of the North Korean army in the event of a war on the Korean peninsula. The M1974 is a North Korean 152mm self-propelled howitzer. Its actual name is unknown. M1974 is the designation given by the U.S. Department of Defense. In service since the 1970s, the North Korean Army is the sole operator. The M1974 was in fact a modified version of the Soviet D-20 howitzer mounted on a lightly armored chassis. The D-20 was given to the North Korea by Soviet aid, and they were built under license. The M1974 can also be seen as a North Korean attempt to create a self-propelled artillery system equivalent to the Soviet 2S-3 Acacia self-propelled howitzer. Although North Korea's artillery system is inferior in many aspects, putting tall artillery on motorized chassis is an effective way to increase mobility. The D-20 152mm howitzer was built in the early 1950s. Today, it is no longer a modern weapon, cannot match performance of modern 155mm howitzers used by NATO countries and non-NATO allies, such as Japan and South Korea. Even so, the D-20 is a solid, reliable weapon with a relatively large weight. It is still in service in many countries today. The M1974 is compatible with all standard 152mm ammunition of the D-20 gun howitzer. It fires fragmentation, high explosive fragmentation, high explosive, concrete bursting, and illumination rounds. It is also capable of launching Krasnopol laser-guided projectiles as well as nuclear rounds, though it is unknown if North Korea obtained any of these rounds from its allies. Maximum range of fire with high explosive fragmentation round is 17.4 km. The high explosive round penetrates 250mm steel plate at a range of 3 km. With a semi-automatic loading system, the firing rate is 4 to 6 rounds per minute. The gunner crew consists of 8 people. The time to change from marching to combat is 3 minutes. When firing, 2 large stabilizing spades are lowered to the ground at the rear. The M1974 also had no self-defense weapons, only personal weapons of the gunners. The self-propelled artillery system is based on a light armored truck chassis. Most likely, it was a heavy modified Soviet ATS-59G artillery tractor, powered by a 39-liter A650 diesel engine, developing 300 horsepower. In fact, it was the standard engine of the T-55 medium tank, developing 520 horsepower. However, the ATS-59G has reduced power to 300 horsepower to prolong the life of the engine. The M1974 artillery system has a maximum range of about 350 km with internal fuel and about 500 km with an auxiliary fuel tank. The M1974's turret provided some moderate protection for the crew. The howitzer retains the shield of the D-20, but the superstructure is not covered.